Hello everyone, this is Mistress Nightmare here, and I'm so sorry I haven't been uploading any new videos lately due to the fact that my tablet or my computer has been broken due to my dad. Right now I'm just going to be using my sister's computer to upload new videos. I hope you guys don't mind. Anyway, let's continue reading my Possession, Jeff the Killer love story, chapter 5. May's point of view. I was sitting down with my mom at the breakfast table, feeling about telling my mom about what happened. The dream of the guy, it happened again, except it felt so real. Well, more than before. He looked down at me. Eyes looked a little worried, a little wide, and a mouth forming into a bit of a shock. I wonder how hard it is to frown with a smile like that on his face. His hair has been lower on his head. It's been like shady or covering like a down bump on his face. Weird. His hair has been long on his head. It's like catch. And his hoodie was gone. Well, showing a black t-shirt, feeling a warm body. Blacking out after that, I woke up and my mom's shaking me awake in bed. Her exciting to be home with some food we made back at the restaurant. How did I get in my bed? That was a mystery. Probably I was sleepwalking? Even more, how did the guy seem to recall in the dream? The sudden strange look of him. I could even dare say he was attractive somehow. I was able to look past the flaws to a better him that looks the flaws too. Then again, you're just wrong in the head and needs some injuring flash of kinks or that made you think like that. Oh, hurry up and eat a pumpkin. You should be leaving soon, my mom reminded. My eyes blinked up at the clock, nearly choking on my eggs. I was able to safely get them down. Taking a large swallow of milk, I rushed out the door, grabbing my bag along the way. "Alright, Mom, see you," I called out as I left. As the door flew closed behind me, just could barely hear her say goodbye. In the town, there was loud. It was yesterday. My eyes darted around shopping newsstand. Rushing over through the crowd, I felt a wave of chills hit my heart. More victims, and again, they were bullies that had threatened me and laughed at me during school. Cassie was one of them. The damage that happened last time was there, but ends as well. I took no hurry to getting to school. Each step, it was like a robot singing, thinking to my brain. Nothing seemed to process, only realizing that someone was killed, the people who tried to ruin my life. How was it a good thing or a bad thing? The concerns of my brain ached to know. Everything was so slow-mo state, unable to cooperate with anything. It took 3 classes, unfortunately, science, my own blank stare at my desk before my art teacher dismissed us to the nurse's office, worried for me and my health. There I laid on one of the couches until my counselor came in, a mute pathetic how slowly been suffering seemed to fade, causing me to cry. Simply sat there, rubbing my back, trying to calm me down. Instead of going home, but the counselor and the nurse were worried about letting me continue going on into school in the state. Of course, Alexander had to walk in, a ray of sunshine, continuing on my gloomy mood. He smiled until he realized the grim look on the adults' faces. "Excuse me," he said hastily with a smile fading. "May I ask what's wrong?" Harsh rumors were heard on the other side of the room. I thought I'd pay them no mind. I was too busy swimming of doubt and depression over being the reason for their deaths. Even if they had been cruel to me, Alex walked in a few minutes later. Shaggy blonde hair gleaming with the light behind him. They all turned the lights off for me, the dark blue eyes looking at me worried. "Hey, mate." I looked up as he walked over, a little nervous. "Hey, you said you didn't want to go home?" I nod, watching him carefully. "You know you're going to get into a fight with me about it, but I think you should listen to them." I gave him a glare and then shook back, raising his hand slowly his palms. "Don't look at me like that. I really think it's best for you." His eyelids slid down, eyes looking at me almost sadly. "I should." "I can't do it though," roughly softly. "Maybe it's better if I can still do work too." "But what about your friends, your teachers, the other bullies?" My eyes drifted to the wall. I had spoken, but now they were back onto Alex. "Howard, this killer is he? Knows me? Is it possible that he knows everyone that I know? Can I go home and keep them safe?" A brush frown, looking at the wall again. "Did he make a good point, though? I want you to be safe." I rolled over a little, looking at him and suspicious. He was blushing, a dark, misting color, making his skin a little hard to see, but it was there. A small smile made it on my face. "Really?" He glanced down at me, relaxing at my reaction smile. "Then how about we make a deal instead?" Alexander ached and bowed. I pulled him down next to me. I rolled my green eyes to a dark blue ones. Simply, he went with a lying position to me. "I'll go home if you walk with me there." In a sweet moment, finally having someone who likes you, that reminds you of the concepts of invading or completing, he has escaped in my mind. Alex grinned and wrapped his arms around my waist, the best way he could pull me closer to him, rubbing my nose together. "It's that a date request, me?" "It could be." I gave him a quick light kiss, causing him to blush widely. I giggled as he cross-eying in the embarrassment exposure. "All right, I'll go tell them," he said, quickly returning a peck on my cheek and getting up, informing the adults who had been planning. But I couldn't help but beam into the concept, accepting it finally as someone who really truly likes me, a popular guy, sweet to boot too. Speaking of a handsome devil, did he peek his face back in? I had to get to my class, but they said I could stay here for the rest of the day, or you could come with me to my class. I raised a brow. They must be wishing to raise your mood to come up. I sat up on the cause. "I want to go with you," I said, clapping slightly off. He grinned and we walked over to me, picking up my bag in the process. "Oh, let us go then, my lady," he said in almost British accent. I giggled as he escorted his arms towards me and led me with his arms. He almost kicked his head against me gently, making me smile. Why couldn't happiness like this come sooner? Jeff's point of view. I muttered from my new path on a tree someone had planted in their yard, closer to where May could be walking home from school. I got in a few hours rest. I was ready for another night of whose hell was that? Who the hell was that? May was walking up the sidewalk, talking to a guy I had never seen before. In a friendly manner, muscular, tan, sandy blonde hair. From what I could tell, his eyes looking dark blue. I glanced at the guy who was watching him, telling May something, and then she burst into laughter that's been made from a stranger hanging over my girl. My hand slid to my knife, wanting to leap down and kill him violently. Watching him suffer for as long as possible, I took the middle a meager step back, surprised at myself. I always had the urge to kill people, but I had the most violent way I could. One of all, Menno or whatever, was go to sleep. A slow death is better than death. It still had something done about him soon. I followed them almost close to the conference or whatever. Hey mate, you're doing great with feeling someone watching us? Do you get the feeling that someone's watching us? Emil asked, shifting uncomfortably. Good. May chuckled. Yeah, I've been feeling it every time when I walk home. What? And this has been going on and you haven't called the cops? What if it's the killer? I heard my little knife laugh softly, and I paused. I guess it could be, but even before the killing started, I felt this person watching me. They haven't done any harm. Why would they know? I hardly doubt it's the killer. Maybe it's really a guardian angel. I felt a warm urge, soft urge through me, soft and light. Don't worry about you so much, Alexander. She teased, and he laughed. That made me puke. The name to that face. That was good. Once at her house, I sat back in my tree watching the two of them chat for a while. Alexander seemed to be nervous before he finally ducked down and kissed me. A heart of urge, unlike the others I felt before, pounding in my veins like lava, but with a burst of hot speed. And it had shaken me. I felt snapping his neck in half, though it would kill him too quickly for my liking. What made it worse for her, she was kissing him afterwards, and they had to go now. I waited for him to leave. May started to walk away. I kept my eyes on him until May returned inside. I watched, and I took my chance to jump off the branch, covering my face with a hoodie and tailing after Alex. Lucky for me, we seemed a little buttered to the side, and I drew and walked down to an empty alley, possibly a shortcut home. I picked up my pace and I saw him behind him. I grabbed his arm as soon as he saw my face in view. I pulled back my arm. Go to sleep now, I whispered loud enough to him in his ear. He looked horrified by his face, but soon gone. His felt first met my face, then protecting planning, knocking him out cold, nearly shrugging his body over my shoulders, heading off to the woods, which wasn't too far off. This is going to be fun.